Chafing Armor Podcast, episode 129, A Pool of Death. Welcome back to the Chafing Armor Podcast. I'm your host and lovable Dungeon Master, Michael Corley. With me tonight is Izzy. Izzy, tell everyone who you are playing.
Hello everyone, my name is Izzy, and I am playing Murezi Mugra, half-orc, barbarian.
Barbarian indeed. And also with us tonight is Lee. Lee, tell us who you will be playing.
G'day everybody, my name is Lee, and I am playing Distant Bells, the Kenku rogue who just forgot his name for a second.
As do we all, trust me, as your dungeon master constantly forgets which city he's talking about from moment to moment. Speaking of cities, when we last left our two players, they had been sent by teleport along with Distant Bell's sister, Hummingbird Wingbeats, the monk, to confront the evil cult leader of Cancer Crone, the evil cult leader whose name I totally know off the top of my head, and I am not looking up at the moment, who is Zelavor. Zelavor, the cult leader who had tricked Hummingbird Wingbeats to go and kill Distant Bells along with the rest of the party. After everything had been sorted out, they had been teleported back to Zental Keep to confront him. But in doing so, they, ended up in a tea party of gods, where they were told by the Raven Queen that Zental Keep is doomed, but they have a chance to save two people. Unsurprisingly, Distant Bells decided that he was going to save Osfalor and Petnyak. Osfalor and Pet are a elf and a half-elf who he had originally tried to rob in his robbing days, and had led to him changing his ways, bringing back a silver frame that had a picture of Pet's two mothers, Osfalor and a now deceased human. And that was the origin story, if you want, of Distant Bells going from being a thief to perhaps being a hero. But you had gone back through the sewers, you had made your way inside, made your way to the townhouse of Osfalor, only to find that the upstairs had been ransacked. And after finding a group of letters that had been cleverly hidden by Osfalor from Wraithal, the mayor of the town, saying that he was going to show her that the sewers were safe. And the only other thing you found was the severed head of the stuffed animal, the stuffed owl bear that Pet had. What are you going to do?
I'm going to pick it up and see if I can find the other half. If I can't, I'm going to hold out hope that she's still got it.
You do not see it. And you rolled very high on your spot check, so you don't think it's there.
Now, was it the head that had the stone in it, or was it the body?
It would have been the body.
So the head is just the head of an owlbear.
Yes, it's just
stuffed. A stuffed toy.
A very cartoonish, small child toy.
Almost like just in like automatic reverence kind of thing. He kind of gives it a pat and then unslings the mimic pack off his back, pats it, and then slots the head inside, and then just kind of pats it again. And
as you pat it, Murezi, you have only recently become aware of this when you saw that tiny dragon-like creature get sucked inside. That dragon comes flying out, and I don't mean to be silly about this. What I mean is, you actually could not get that dragon out earlier. Either it would not come out, or your pack did not want to let it out. You don't know which it was, and you eventually just went, This'll. I don't have time for this. This'll sort itself out.
The pack does what a pack wants.
Yeah, exactly. You were like, maybe it wants to eat it. Too bad for the little dragon.
I have named the pack Mimi.
Mimi. Okay, I love it.
That's beautiful.
I love it. The little dragon comes flying out and is just screeching at both of you. Unfortunately, it is screeching in Draconic. And then after a moment, when it realizes that neither of you, I do seem to recall neither of you speak Draconic, right?
No.
Nope.
Okay, I did not think so. Actually, you do get a very crude telepathy in your head, in a very crude common, saying I've been stuck in there for 2 days. Oh, and one other thing, Distant Bells. Do you remember that you had a platinum figurine inside of your pack?
I do, a platinum kinku.
It was a platinum kinku. That dragon is holding that platinum figurine.
Bells kind of looks at the dragon and looks at the figurine. It's something in his head is he looks inside the chest and looks around the house and goes, I'll tell you what. If you can help us find the 2 who lived here, the child and the adult, you can keep that. If not, I'm taking it back. And you can go back in the pack.
He says, like you could.
Alright. I'm going to roll a reflex save to just grab him.
Okay.
I was so hoping that would happen. It was a nat 20.
And he actually rolled pretty good. He rolled pretty good.
Way to die, man.
He rolled pretty good. Here's the funny thing. You grab him, and as you do, a dagger comes out of nowhere and perfectly knocks the platinum figurine out of its little hands. And the dagger quivers into the wall. And that is from Hummingbird Wingbeats.
Mm-hmm.
And you were never, you could tell there was never even a question of whether she would hit you.
Oh yeah, no, she got skills. Bells is slowly learning to realize that, you know what, his sister ain't gonna need him. There's no way. He is at this point. She can take care of herself.
Weakest link.
Yeah, Bells is the weakest link at this point. So he kind of.
Do you want to do anything?
Nice shot.
Yeah. I guess Marezi is going to roll a grapple check on this little reptile. Since
I mean, I've grabbed him already. So.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you just had one hand around him. I was thinking of getting him into a full sort of wrestler walk if you need. Well,
Bells was gonna just in one smooth movement just grab him, and technically the statue, but that's on the floor now. She's gonna grab the dragon in a smooth move, just kind of pat the bag and stuff him in, and then not let go and just hold him and go and just sort of say to him, Do you really want to fight about this?
Marezi, I would like you to make a spot check. Just a quick spot check.
Please roll good.
9.
Okay, you don't notice the thing that I was going to see if you were noticing. Doesn't matter.
I see.
The dragon in its telepathy looks when it sees you grab him too, Marezi. It looks down and says, "Can I have her boots too?"
No.
Okay, fine. The figurine.
I like them.
What is it you need? What is it you need? I'm good at finding stuff.
Bells kind of looks around for that silver frame with the family photo in it.
You do find it. It is on the floor, and the glass is shattered.
He picks it up and points at Osvalor and the child and goes, "These 2, now."
You can get some. I need a little help with the scent. You got some scent I can work with?
He pulls out the head, the stuffed doll head.
Mm-hmm.
This smells like the child.
Oh yeah. This is she's been holding on to this for a long time. I got yeah. This is a good scent. All right. Yep. Oh, actually, he gets advantage. Yep. Okay. He goes, just let me, and I can have that, right? You promise?
You give me exactly where they are. You bring us to them, and you can have it.
Okay, because there's nothing stopping me from just flying off. I want that. I want that.
This is a trust between the two of us.
Okay, you got it. All right, boss.
He lets the dragon go.
Okay, he flutters around for a little bit, and then he kind of lands, and he does this really intense sniffing. I mean, it's almost uncomfortable, like how much he's sniffing everything, the carpet, and you could tell there are places where Osvalor would have been more like the bed, the pillow.
Please tell me he's not like the weird guy on the train.
Oh no! It is clinical, but it's uncomfortable because you know that he's smelling like where her hair was and things like that. But it is very clinical. And then he springs up and he starts flying. You see him out the door, and then he circles all around the house. And he comes back and he says, "Well, they're definitely not here." He flutters to the windowsill and he goes, You're gonna follow me or not?"
Bell's kind of like, "Yeah, I'm going."
Okay. What are you? I'm asking you, Bells. What are you going to do with that figurine?
Bells will look to Morezi, and it's like, "You heard the deal I just made with this dragon, correct?"
How do we not get caught?
Do you want to hold on to that?
Oh,
The figurine?
the figurine, yes.
Yeah.
You hold on to that. You are big, strong, and if anybody tries to frisk you for it, break their arm.
She puts it in, I guess, her backpack she probably has.
Okay. It's just if he can see it, it's probably going to motivate him even more. But then there's also the risk that he'll try and steal it. Of course, you did successfully keep him from stealing your shoes twice.
Bell suggests leaving a little glint that can catch, some sunlight, so that every time he turns around, he can see it.
Okay.
But, make it aware that it's not going anywhere unless you say so.
He flutters around a little bit outside, and there's that moment of, oh, crap, where, you realize he could just fly off. And then he finally, unfortunately, lights on the sewer grate, and he taps on the sewer grate, or the sewer mantle, and he says, "I am so sorry to say, they're down here."
We figured as much.
Just for fun, I would like both of you to make a climb roll.
And this is where Bells dies. No, he doesn't. That's, 28.
All right. And Morezi?
Yes. 18.
18? Okay. So you very easily, both of you, move down, and unsurprisingly, Hummingbird literally just jumps.
Yeah, slow fall, for God's sake.
Oh, yeah. Well, slow fall, and the important thing about a monk is their slow fall is if they can, if there's a wall.
Yeah.
And so you actually see, she just jumps, and then she just very casually grasps onto the wall as she falls and slows her descent. It looks like if we were watching it, we'd be like, "Oh, well, that's wire work,"
She's surfing down the wall, essentially.
Yep,
it's weird.
Exactly. It's very unnatural looking, but it is actually a natural act that she's doing with just incredible training. Just boop, 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 boop. And, of course, this tiny little dragon-like creature cannot open the grate himself.
Well, Bell's probably could, but he wants to impart very, very... he's kind of aware the dragon's probably not going to stiff him, but he's also kind of aware that he kind of inclines his head to Morezi and goes, "You want to one-hand that?"
Give me a quick strength check, Morezi.
Yes.
Morezi yanks the lid off and throws it.
C plus strength. 16.
16. No, you just one-handed, just... I mean, this thing weighs over 100. It's just solid. This thing's just made of solid iron, And you just easily just yoink, it comes up, and it is a nice little display of strength to the little dragon creature whose name you do not know. That don't mess with me. And I would again like your marching party.
On that note, Bells will sort of knowing full well what it's like when people don't know your name and just don't care to ask his name.
Okay.
Or what can we call you? Obviously, he can't give me his true name because he would be very stupid if he did that.
Well, you can call me Duzron.
All right, Duzron, lead the way. I will be right behind you.
Just so we're clear, I'm not doing any fighting. All right.
You expect fighting?
I
down
got
there?
that handled.
Hey, I've seen guys like you before. Okay, I've stolen from a lot of guys like you before. I know what you do for a living.
Hit things.
Exactly. She gets it. The big green one gets it.
Bells sort of nods and goes, "Lead on, Dozran."
Does run.
Dozran? Lead on,
Does
Dozran.
run.
Does run. He does run.
I don't know, Dozran?
I've never heard that before. And give me your marching order, please.
Well, Bells will be first up since he can see and can follow.
Morezi will be behind, getting up the rear again, keeping a close eye on Does Run.
Okay. And so Hummingbird will take up the middle, ready for anything as y'all make your way into the
Bells
sewers.
doesn't bother with the silk rope this time. He's pretty sure that it's absolutely not necessary.
Yeah. So she does seem very competent, and she also does have a glowstone that she's ready to use at a moment's notice, if necessary. You begin making your way down into the sewer. He takes you in some different directions than you were expecting. But you do generally recognize, Distant Bells, that you are heading towards the area where you first went with Ineskia.
This is the cancer
where
crime
you-
lair.
Yeah, where you fought the shadow creature that
The
turned out to be a guy with a belt.
The smoke belt, yeah.
Yes, with a smoke belt that y'all did later face above ground and defeated him again.
Tix should still have, right?
Actually,
Or did he
y'all
sell it?
Don't. I think that was one that y'all traded in.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
But James told me recently, he was re-listening, that y'all do not have it. So,
Yep.
But anyway, you are going in that general direction. You also come across a few more bodies that are in similar states of partial consumption.
At this point, Bells is making a very concerted effort to make sure none of these are Osfalor.
Very reasonable check. They are not. Another thing is sometimes y'all are just finding like limbs, or like a boot with a foot still in it. Things like that. Whatever has been going on in Zentalkeep, it's not great. You certainly can understand why Osfalar was sending increasingly agitated letters to the mayor. I would like very much for all of you to give me some sneaky sneak rolls. So this
Sneaky.
would be move silently.
Wow. I genuinely almost can't fail these.
16.
That 16 is really good, especially for Morezi.
That's my base. Move silently. So with the 16 I just rolled, 32.
Modifications, Hummingbird rolled a 21. So y'all are extremely stealthy. It's also, there's a lot of echoes, there's a lot of ambient noise, there's weird sounds echoing throughout here. And so it's hard to tell how quiet you're being, but you know that y'all are not making excessive noise.
A lot of
Quite
Bells' initial stealth training would have been learning how to move through water without making a sound.
Yep. Kind of important when you're working out of the sewers a great deal. And Ineskia taught you a lot of that.
He wasn't exactly all that well up on the stealth through the water, but he told me the basics.
Yep. And as you make your way through, you do eventually begin to hear voices.
Can I recognize him? Having been down here before, is that any of them Osvalor or
at this point, it is literally too far to distinguish any. Okay. This is just pure like echoing.
So we can't even hear like pitches or anything. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's just too far away at this moment. But you have picked up on voices.
He makes the sound or makes a gesture, forgetting completely that it's dark. That he can hear something, but then kind of it hits him again, and they probably can't see that well. It's just like he just kind of at the basis under his breath, it's like voices ahead.
Hummingbird nods to you, even though she can't see. There is the dimmest light, and she can barely make out shapes and stuff right now. But she's almost blind at the moment. Up ahead, there is a door, and I want to say that this door that you did go through before, this has been added. This is not part of the sewer, Mm-hmm. This door has been added, and it blocks the, literal sewer from coming through. It is heavy and wooden, and it is partially open, and reddish, firelight is spilling through.
Bells gets low and kind of motions for the other two to slow down. Not stop, but slow right down as much as they can. And he approaches the door silently and just kind of has a peek in.
Okay. And just so y'all are aware, at this moment, Aki is on your shoulder, correct, Merezi?
Yes.
Okay. And out of the sewer, Duzron, the little dragon-like creature, is literally just kind of sticking onto the wall, pointing at the doors. Not that you needed any more encouragement, but just, confirming what you were thinking.
He'll take a peek inside and see what he can see.
Okay. So give me if you want to maintain your current stealth roll, I would like you to make a spot check at disadvantage. If you would like to make it normally, I'm going to need you to roll again.
I'll make it normally and roll again.
Okay.
Disadvantage doesn't help me a lot. Not with my dice. I'm likely to get a disadvantage of 1. So I will do a quick spot check.
Okay. So I need another move silently. And then I need another spot check.
Okay, well, the move silently, I rolled another 16.
Okay.
So that's a 32. And the spot check is not as good. Oh, it's actually not that bad. 19.
19. Okay, so you do a very quick peek inside and then jump back, and then you let your brain... It's kind of a trick you learned as part of breaking in, is that looking around, seeing everything, then getting out of the way, and then letting your brain process it.
Yep.
And so this is actually the same room that you had that trial with Ineskia in. It's a large circular room. There is a fire in the middle. Not quite a bonfire, but much bigger than a regular fire. And there are several figures around the fire. You definitely recognize Wraithal is one of them. There is also figure standing to the side. It is possibly a woman wearing a cloak. You also see another figure standing guard. These two figures, the woman wearing a cloak seems kind of casual, like she's almost like leaning against a wall. You know what I mean? But she's not part of the area around the fire. And there's another figure, a male figure, and he's also standing guard. And he seems much more, serious. And then around the fire, you can see Wraithal, and you can also see 2 other very upsetting figures. Imagine a frog that is also a person. And
the salads.
and it is actually not one of those.
It's not a slod? Oh, good.
No, it is not a slod. But it is very upsetting. He has wings, but they are almost vestigial looking. But he literally looks like an evil toad. And he just radiates evil.
Oh, that looks like Jabba the Hutt is what that looks like.
Yeah. Imagine Jabba the Hutt if he were humanoid. And
Looks like
that's what you see.
Looks like a Warcraft NPC.
It really does.
And the other one looks... The closest one for us is a Skeksis.
Oh my lord, that is absolutely a Skeksis.
It looks like a Skeksis.
It is absolutely a Skeksis.
Creature. It is very upsetting to look at as well.
Gelfling!
Yes, Gelfling.
God, it's been an age since I've seen that movie.
The two of them are conversing very rapidly in a language you do not understand. The frog-like creature has a deep, and it's got that
Ribbit.
And the vulture-like creature, I'm not going to try to go out of the stereotype. It is, it does appear to be male, but it's kind of hard to tell. Both of them, you have the impression that Wraithal is way out of his weight class.
Oh yeah, he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, he is sitting there nodding. With the 16, there's a couple of other details about him that you don't catch at the moment. But those are the three major figures around this fire. But what I definitely you would know is on each end of the fire, left and right, basically, from where you were in, is a very tied up Osfalar and Pet. They are both tied up. Around, and they are next to the fire. They're not in the fire, they're just next to the fire.
For how much longer? Bells will sort of beckon or lean forward and kind of beckon Hummingbird Wingbeats closer, sort of motioning to Merazi to kind of hold position for a little bit, and then kind of point in. She should be able to see from the red light coming out of the door at this point, and just kind of to tell her to kind of have a quick peek.
I would also, Distant Bells, I would like you to make a quick spot check for me.
Okay. Okay, that's 9 plus, so 21.
21. Okay. So you're pulling them aside, and the reason you mainly would see this, but that you understand the significance of it, especially in this incredibly low light and everything, this is one of the reasons you're able to pick it out. It's kind of peeking out from her pack. That platinum figurine is actually softly glowing. And I don't want to mean, but just like softly glowing. And it has chain. When you picked it up, it absolutely was a figurine of a Kinku. It was not you, and it was not someone you knew, but it was a Kinku. It is now in the figure of that vulture creature.
Huh. Bells kind of motions to Merazi to pull it out of her backpack.
Yes, I am handing it to Distant Bells.
Okay. And it is still, the glow is like just starting to fade, but it is, easily recognizable. And of course, both of you with dark vision can clearly see.
So it's like it's been reforged into this shape, almost. Bells kind of looks up at Duzron and kind of looks back and sort of.
What?
What
and
is
of course,
this
yes,
thing?
he speaks telepathy, so it's not an issue.
Yeah. So he's like, "Well, what is this?"
He goes, I don't know. I just know it's magic. I get magic stuff. It's what I do.
Looks exactly like the thing in there.
Yeah, it sure does.
Do you know what kind of magic it is? I'm not magical in the slightest.
Here, he gets closer and he goes, divination. Yeah, it's definitely divination.
Bells has very little clue of what that means. She's like, does that mean they know it's here?
Maybe it wants us to punch that one.
I mean, he's going to get punched anyway, let's be clear. You have full reign on that one if you want. My priority is the prisoners. This is odd. This is very odd, and I don't understand it. He kind of looks at it and then looks at the little dragon and is like, this changes nothing. If I can get these two out, you can have this. Actually, no, that wasn't the goal. He said if he leads us to them, he can have it. Bells sticks to his word. He just kind of looks at it and then hands it to the dragon and says, contract complete.
First of all, thank you for honoring your very good word, which I appreciate. Couple of quick things. I noticed when we went outside that we weren't in Kalimvor anymore. Is that right?
No, we're in Zental Keep.
Okay. I don't know exactly where that is, but I know it's way far away. Could you help me get back to Kalimvor? Because I don't know where that is, and I can't really carry this the whole way.
Bells kind of shakes his head and sighs and goes, we're going back there by the end of the month, if not earlier. You're welcome to stick around. But no stealing her shoes.
Fine.
And the figurine can stick around in the meantime, because I bet it's gonna do some cool magic for us. I mean, I'm not a magicologist, but it's gonna do some cool magic, I know it.
Bells had the thought that maybe this thing could be used as a distraction or a measure or a means of getting into this room or doing something, but contracts with dragons, no matter how small they are, tend to pay out well in the end. So it's probably best not to screw around with this dragon, no matter how small he is. Just complete the contract. We're done. Bells will sort of either you fly around or you go back in the pack.
I'll stay out if it's all the same. I really don't want to go back in that pack.
Can the figure go back in the pack then?
As long as I can have it again.
It's still yours.
I really think we should be holding this.
What, holding it?
Might do magic shit.
When we go in there? Bells kind of hands it to Morezi and goes, that's on you. I want nothing to do with it. It's magic. I want nothing to do with it.
Okay.
All right.
That's no problem. It is in Morezi's backpack.
Well, Bells was going to put it in his pack.
Oh, okay.
Bells was Morezi's like, want to hold it? I thought he might hold it in the open when we walk into the room. That's what I thought.
Well, I mean, you certainly can do whatever you wish. I just wanted to let you know what happens.
Yeah. Well, Bells will say, I'm not going to break this contract. When we get to Kalimvor, this is yours.
He seems to believe you because you were willing to give it to him right now. Also, he doesn't seem to have a lot of choice.
True. Either Bells kind of just puts it back in the pack. He kind of turns around away from the dragon when he does this and kind of pats Mimi and puts the thing in and turns around again and then says, all right, so what do we do? How do we deal with this? Because Osvalor and Pedniak need to get out of here. I want them out. And this is a good way for us to get information about the Cancer Chrome as well. So how do we approach this?
And I'm sorry, did I say that? I think I might have interrupted myself. The cult leader is there as well.
Yes.
Yeah, we did not get that information.
Okay, I think I interrupted myself while I was describing things.
Yep.
So just to be clear, evil frog dude, evil vulture dude, Wraithal, the mayor, and the Cancer Crone leader. Xylavar. They are all around the fire. Osvalor and Pet are on either side of the fire. There are two figures that seem to be vaguely guarding them.
Bells kind of leans into Hummingbird wing beats. And how confident are you can keep them running in circles?
Very, if that is what you wish.
I'll help.
My first priority is to get those two out. Second is the guy in the robes. Everybody else, they can either die or they can leave. He says leave in response to the two clearly demonic things that probably would teleport out if they're threatened. So leaving just Wraithol and, to the best of our knowledge, just Wraithol and Xylavor. So if we can deal with those two, then that means that Osvalar and Pet are... Os and Pet should be, in quotations, safe. But I want to get them away from that fire, because that could come in handy, especially with some of the stuff I've got on me.
Alright, so Hummingbird wing beats.
So I will let Morezi and Hummingbird work out what they want to do.
I think we should get the attention. I can do a cool rage thing. Who do you wanna focus on, and I'll focus on the other ones? It's all the same guys to me.
It is difficult to say. My guess is that the two figures are the most dangerous. But if I was to guess, I would guess that they will do some sort of magic crap at us, but that they will likely let the guards do the work. So I suspect if we get the guards' attention, that they might not even do the magic crap.
Nice.
That's no guarantee,
All right.
Of course. I don't know what they will do. But I would definitely say that those creatures in the middle are the most dangerous.
Alright, we're both gonna come at the guard guys. But I'm gonna come at them from the side closer to the demons. Let's do it.
All right. I like this plan. There is the woman and the man. Do you want to focus on one, or do you want to split our focus to distract them?
Get them both.
All right.
Well,
Then
distracted.
you take the woman, and I will take the man.
Yeah. And the woman is the one closer to the two demons.
Yes.
Yes.
She is sitting in a relaxed posture. And I'm going to do just a little flavor before y'all start. You can hear Wraithol's voice sort of raise up. The two have been conversing in a language neither of you. And then Wraithol says, Come now. This is pointless. It is time to resurrect my master. It is time for Bane to live once again. And he holds his hands up, and both of you, Distant Bells and Morezi, you recognize he is holding a gauntlet in his right hand. And that undead creature that you fought below his temple had a glove like that, a gauntlet like that. Mm-hmm.
Yep. While Morezi and Hummingbird are doing their thing, Bells is going to make a stealth beeline straight for Xylavor, because that seems like the best option to... He's quote unquote in charge here. Also, he and I need to have some words about the whole trying to kill me thing. And the kidnapping of the only two people in this piss hole of a city that I would consider friends.
Yeah. So let me understand what you are trying to do here. Are you waiting until they start their attack?
While they're on the way to do it, I'll be heading over there so that hopefully by the time they start their distractions, I will be within range of being able to just grab him and just either knock him out or get him to send everybody away.
Okay. So
that's the idea. How it turns out, well, that's up to the face of the side.
Okay. So with everything that you have told me, you have successfully stealth. And what that means is you are all going to get a surprise round. Exactly how that plays out, we're going to see.
Okay.
But you all get a surprise round. But what I would like is for everybody now to roll for initiative.
And
we're
that'll
going to
be
do
our
a
initiative
surprise
after the
round,
round. Yeah,
and then we're going to do the initiative afterwards.
cool. That works for me. At this point, I'm not too fussed if I don't go before Hummingbird. And I'm probably not going to with that roll. Oh, wait, no. My initiative is +9, so...
12.
22. Wait, is that right?
You do have a high initiative.
Yeah, 13 plus 9. Yeah, 22.
Wow. There's a lot of things at plays right now, so
Yeah.
Many things.
I almost feel like I forgot some people here. Oh, yes, I did. I knew I forgot some. I forgot. Unsurprisingly, Hummingbirds actually got the higher initiative.
Yeah, I expected her too. She's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Level 15 monk.
Yeah.
Stupid high initiative. But,
She might as well just say, I go first every round. It's as simple as that.
Yep. So, however, this is the surprise round. So all of you, I'm gonna have Morezi and Distant Bells. I'm sorry, Hummingbird play theirs out first because the idea is that you're acting as they're beginning their distraction.
Yes.
So Morezi, what would you like to do?
Let's see, my move is 30 feet. I assume that's enough to get to the lady.
Absolutely.
So I am immediately going to go into a rage. Let's see, 88 plus 103. I need to have a calculator because I get extra 8 hit points.
Yes, you do. And remember, you have 3 attacks while you are raging.
Yes, I do. My first attack is going to be with their composite crossbow. That is a... or not composite crossbow, sorry, composite short bow. I assume that a 28 doesn't hit.
I'm sorry to say that it does. And tell the listener what is the difference between a regular bow and a composite bow when it comes to a beefy gal like Morezi.
Well, it is... So a composite bow, it's got like a lot more going on. It's got like these like big old sort of spring bits. It's a thick little thing. It's a short bow, but it's thick. And this composite bow, I use my strength modifier instead of my dex, which is better.
Exactly.
That is 4 points of damage. And now, with my big boy rage speed, I'm going to come in and make 2 attacks with my halberd on this there lady.
Okay.
Let's see. 21 and 17.
Both will hit.
Alright. Let's see. 6 and 7.
That's the damage for both of them?
Yes, the 2 together.
You rolled you got a total of 6 and a 7?
Yes, damage. Plus 4 from the first thing.
Okay, yes. So that's 17. So you just imagine this. You just hear this as you go into a rage. Your composite bow comes out, boom, fire on the way there, and even as you're putting your composite bow back, the halberd is coming out and just whack, double slice into this leather armor. As her hood comes back, and you see like a very battle-hardened elf woman. As a look of utter surprise, she takes damage from you.
Hi!
What did you say?
Hello!
I love the idea of a raging hello. Now it is Hummingbird Wingbeat's turn. As she comes just flying forward, and you would imagine, like you, that she would like throw something or something like that, but no. She simply crosses the distance, and this is like a Naruto-style run. As she comes forward, and like her footsteps make no sound. And one of her attacks actually does miss. Let me verify something real quick.
Out of the 4 that she gets.
No, I'm sorry. Of her 4 attacks, 2 of them actually miss.
Ooh.
Yeah, so she did very poorly.
I mean, she still hits like a truck.
Yeah. So she's not going to use any of her special abilities with this strike. But that is 28 points of damage that she does. And you see, like, this is combat time. You know, everything slows down, and you're all battle hardened. You see her, like, kind of hesitate slightly. Like, something about this opponent is surprising her.
Mm-hmm.
And like he's wearing like very simple chainmail with a helm, and the helm kind of goes a little askew, and like she kind of like recoils slightly from what she sees, but you can't make out. You're focusing on your stealth,
Mm-hmm.
and now it is your turn.
All right. I am going to. Well, the aim is to get up behind Xylavor, kick out his knees, and hold a dagger to his throat.
Okay.
Like right on, like he can feel the blade. Like it. I'm drawing blood at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like he can feel that if he moves, he dies. Okay, I will do an intimidate. First a grapple, then an intimidate. Miss you, Osaka. You were better at this than I am. Never mind. That's a 15 on the die plus a 7 to grapple, so 22.
22. Okay. So you are successful in grappling him, and now you are trying to intimidate him by way of knife blade to the throat.
Yes. I am pressing hard enough to draw blood, but not enough to actually slit his throat.
Okay. And with this intimidation, is there something you're trying to do? I mean, other than just intimidate him.
Yeah, while this is happening, it's just like, call off the dogs. Man, thank you, dice, for being nice today. 19 plus 2. 21.
21.
My intimidate's not that great. He's not a thug. He's more of a, strangely enough, sweet talker.
It was a very good roll, and so we'll see what happens from that intimidate. And now we go to full initiative, and that actually is Hummingbird, who is first. And so after the surprise attack, you see her kind of like sizing up her opponent and like not quite sure what to make of it. She strikes, and so she only hits 3 out of her 4 attacks.
Oh no.
Aww.
On one dude. Ow, he's got internal injuries. Come on.
She does 32 points of damage. And this is not doing anything special, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So she's done, if I'm doing that quick math right, 60 points of damage.
Yeah, this guy's at least hurting a little bit, surely.
And you see her, if you've ever seen a wushu master working the board with the stick sticking out of it, she's doing that side strike, and then she finishes with a palm strike to the face. And when she hits the palm strike to the face, the helmet flies off. And you see the reason that she hesitated the first strike. This is an undead creature that she is fighting, and she could tell that there was something unnatural about it.
Hey, Morezi has a favorite enemy. I don't actually remember what that does.
Gives you bonuses to attacks against them.
I get +2 to attack them.
You do.
And skills against them, I believe, too.
Morezi, you recognize this creature unmistakably has a baleful blue glow to its eyes.
Oh.
And Distant Bells, you unmistakably recognize this is Ineskia. By the way, the reason you didn't recognize him immediately is because his horns have been shorn to fit under the helmet.
Yep.
He is quite definitely undead. There seems to be some intelligence to his face. You're not sure how much at the moment, but you can tell when that happened.
Well, calling out in a free action, Bells will just go, "Don't even hesitate. Just kill the bastard."
Okay.
Don't have to tell me twice!
That actually brings it to Wraithal. Wraithal says, "Finish the ceremony! Finish the ceremony!" And he lifts up his hands, and you see crackling blue energy begin to spiral from his hand, from his gauntleted hand. And it begins to the center area. And you see the dim form. Y'all remember the original Aladdin movie when Jafar became a genie briefly?
Yeah,
that is
all red.
Vaguely.
Yeah, except green. Except he's green. That is the figure that you see beginning to coalesce there. I've shared that in the Discord. So he is casting that spell, and there is energy crackling about him that is incredibly powerful. It is a baleful blue energy.
It is an actual genie.
He looks like what you imagine a genie looking like, except that he's green. And it's a very translucent form at this moment, but it's there. And now it brings it to the woman that you had injured, Marezi. She, unsurprisingly, is not happy. She is going to use a feat that she is very good at, which is she takes a step back without getting an attack of opportunity and draws her bow and begins firing upon you. Foom, foom, foom.
Not a fan!
Whoops, I almost dropped that one. Oh my goodness, I cannot describe to you how far my dice just fell out of my sight.
The other side of the room.
They are like, oh my gosh. I definitely can't count that roll because I can't even get to the dice. I'm trying to decide whether or not I'm going to leave this in. I probably will. Okay, let me try that again. I'm in a very weird arrangement right now, so you have to be patient with me. All right, sit still, you stupid clipboard. All right. Wow. You know, this was supposed to be really cool. She misses every single time. 3 arrows. So, Rezi, if a very skilled archer fired a bunch of 3 arrows at you and missed, what would you do to keep that from getting hit?
The first one, she moves out of the way, all swift-like because rage, more speed. Mm-hmm. And then the other 2 they just hit her. She wears scale mail. They just hit her. She's moving fast. They just don't connect.
Okay.
They just don't connect within the armor. They don't pierce.
You're just straight up taking it, and you're raging, so it makes sense that you might.
Exactly. Do that. Yes. Rage moving does not take in.
That
just face tanks too. Just face tanks too. Crossbow bolts.
This is a longbow that she's using, by the way. That last one that hits you, it actually doesn't quite work the way it's supposed to because she missed. I'm gonna say, but it actually does like a psh, like maybe it was supposed to blind you if it had hit. But she is not firing all regular arrows. Just FYI. She is very frustrated by that, and perhaps a little intimidated by the fact that that happened. Get to the vulture creature. It screams at all of you in a unintelligible language, and it turns and calls something to the frog-like creature, and then it casts a spell and dimension doors away.
That's okay. Fair enough.
And you don't know if it's gonna appear behind you or something. But as far as you know, it just noped out.
He's hoping it did.
Yep. And now we cut to the not cut, but we go to the frog-like creature. It looks at you, Morezi, and then it looks at you, Distant Bells, and it says, "Tell her I did not attack! Tell her!" And then it also dimension doors away. Or similar. And
whatever it is he does, yeah.
Whatever it is he does, and there's a horrible smell of just. By the way, when
it's just a fart smoke bomb, and he runs away.
Yeah. He's holding up his robes and just like. But either these two are setting up for a cool counter maneuver, or they have just noped out. But both of them are gone.
Well, I'm not going to worry about them right now. That doesn't seem like the...
That will bring it to Zalavar. And Zalavar holds, at his side, holds up both of his hands. He was not holding anything. And he says, "I am absolutely certain we can come to an accord."
I'd like to hit you with my halberd.
Well, you've got a woman who's firing things at you at the moment.
It is Ineskia's turn, and of course, unsurprisingly, he is going to attack Hummingbird Wingbeats. No,
he's not.
Turns and he looks right at you, Distant Bells, and he says, "Die!" And he comes running towards you. She does absolutely get an opportunity of attack. Unfortunately, she's being controlled by the Dungeon Master, who rolls a 3. So she does not succeed in her attack of opportunity. He opens his mouth, and it distends outward. And
what is he, a xenomorph? Does he have like a little internal mouth?
Flames shoot out at you.
And
I want you to tell me you are holding on to Zalavar.
I'm going to put him between me and the flames.
Okay.
What else am I going to do?
I'm not going to... I wasn't going to... So I do need you to make a reflex saving throw.
Okay. Wow. Thanks for that. One of my worst. Give the rogue a reflex saving throw. Wow, yeah, okay, 17 plus 11, so 28.
28, okay. I did, by the way, give Zalavar a chance to break free. Because it just makes sense at that point. He
also would have been at disadvantage anyway with the blade at his throat.
So with that, he already failed with one, but you're absolutely right. So the flames just get turned right on him, and he catches them full in the face. You have seen Ineskia do Hellish Rebuke, but it didn't look like this. This is more.
While this is happening, he'll take the another free action and go, call off the dogs.
He takes 17 points of damage, of fire damage to the face.
Smoking!
And he screams. And it is actually not his turn yet, so as far as taking a full action, I'm not going to let him do that yet.
Mm-hmm.
So it is actually back to Hummingbird, and she is coming up behind and attacking. 4. She hits 3 out of the 4. And she does.
He'd be flanked, wouldn't? Oh, maybe.
Wow. She does 37 points of damage.
Okay. His head pops.
I mean, he has taken incredible damage from her, and she's just
taken, like,
she literally on the On the last punch, her fist goes through his chest. And you see it, because she's attacking him from behind. And that last fist just literally goes through the chainmail, through him, through the chainmail again, and strikes.
Om Nom Shivaya, Om Nom Shivaya, Om Nom Shivaya, Om Nom Shivaya.
It is horrifying damage, and it is actually your turn now, Distant Bells.
All right. So yeah, I will tighten my grip, and just kind of go. How does it feel to be at the end of your own misfortunes?
So I'm going to let him do that now because that was your turn to do that.
I will be tightening my grip and kind of like pressing a little further in.
He is going to call to the guards and say, "Stop! Stop! Stop!" Merezi, the woman who is firing at you, she doesn't lower her weapon, but she ceases fire. If you see my meaning.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Neskier does not.
This boy got some rage into death.
He ignores this command, which you have a vague understanding of the undead. That should not really be possible. But it is. And in fact, in that moment, his eyes stop glowing a baleful blue, and they're just now like a dull red. Obviously, his eyes did not glow red before. So that will actually bring it to Raythiel, and he is now bringing both of his hands up, and he says, "To you, Lord Bane, to you, I offer this sacrifice." I would like to know if either of you would like to try to do something.
Merezi is in the best position to do this right now.
Merezi, you are actually closer, Merezi. He is lowering both of his hands to the heads of Osvalor and Pet. The right hand is the gauntleted one, and that is the one that is coming to Osvalor. The left hand is coming to Pet.
How far away am I from him?
You are really, logistically, about 10 feet away. You are not.
Tackle!
Yeah, okay, 10 feet. My speed is 30 feet. I'm going to, run to him so that I can... Yeah, I think I am... Okay, I have 3 attacks. Can I attempt to grapple and then attempt to attack, or is that either I grapple or attack?
It's really more you grapple or you attack. Because your grapple is to restrain that person.
I am going to roll to attack him thrice.
Okay.
With my halberd.
Try and render him prone, maybe?
Well, that's consistent with Merezi.
She's in a full rage right now, remember?
Yeah. Well, she's not gonna be listening to anybody, but yeah.
My 3 rolls are 25, 28, and 25. And let's see.
I want you to roll that damage.
Yes, so that's 3d10 plus 6.
Cut off his arm. Cut off his arms. Cut off his arms. Cut off his arms.
3, 12. 3 plus 12 plus 3. That's
18.
18 points of damage to this commoner.
Technically, he is a nobleman, so he has a few more hit points. But you know what he doesn't have? 18. So, Merezi...
I do cut off his arms.
Okay. I want you to describe to me in full detail with these 3 raging attacks what you do to this nobleman who is about to sacrifice a woman and a child.
I have my halberd pointed forward. I strike him in the chest with the little pointy bit. I when I wrest the halberd out, he falls back a little. That gives me the opportunity to cut off one of his arms, and him falling back a little from the arm getting cut off gives me the opportunity to cut off the other one of his arms.
Okay. Just an FYI, just between us friends, it really mattered whether or not you cut off his arm. And you did. So, immediately, he screams and looks at his severed limbs and sputters and says, "Lord Bane, protect me!" And then falls, and he is stone dead. And several things happen at once. There is the sound of stone breaking and growing, and the floor beneath y'all is starting to pull away from itself.
Oh, this again.
Let me say that better. Imagine like the old movies where there's like a pool and it's got a covering, and the covering slowly opens, and then people funnily fall inside. It's like that. And this is not like the exact center of the room, so it's not like it opens like right over any particular person, but the floor is opening. Several things are happening at once. You, Distant Bells, you have Zalavor, restrained. Ineskia is still attacking you. Hummingbird Wingbeats is attacking Ineskia. You have just brutally murdered Rayfael,
the mayor guy.
Rezi. The woman had backed up for a second. Was not the woman elf was not attacking you at the second. The floor is opening up beneath y'all, but slowly. And also, that figure of the genie is still coalescing above you. And is screaming and writhing, and there is I'm not using this as color. Electricity is pulsing around it, and technically that would actually bring it to the cult leader. There's nothing he can do.
He's still just screaming, "Stop! Stop! Stop!"
He's fleeing for his life, and that will bring it to an Eskier, who is trying to attack you while you are using him as a human shield. So I'm going to have him attack. What is your armor class?
18.
18. Okay. So he fails his attack. So what I want to see is if he hits the cult leader. Yes, he does. One of them was a low attack, but the other one was not. So in his attempt he has just a very simple scimitar that he's wielding. He does 10 points of damage, so he's now taken 27 points of damage from the creature that was supposed to be guarding him. And that will actually bring it to Hummingbird Wingbeats. Give
it your all, sis. Give it your all.
She is just going to go all in, and there actually are some special things that she can do, and she can't do them against the undead. So she just goes all in. That's actually disappointing that she only hits once. Oh my god. She does with her damage.
But it's enough?
bonus. Yeah, it is.
Oh,
so
sister, I love you.
again, it's that wushu thing of the body strike, and then she does a knife hand. She puts her hand into the form of a knife and just swings across and beheads an armored man with her bare hand.
God, that's so cool.
And there is just
I should have been
there is
alone.
a sound that comes out of it, and it's actually a yeah, but it's the sound of her master, the one who trained her. And neither of you have heard the sound of her master, but it's this voice that you don't recognize, just yeah, as she focuses her key, and you see that head. and it somehow holds your gaze the whole time, Distant Bells, and then it just into that opening hole in the middle.
Beautiful.
And he is gone, and his body immediately crumples to the ground. That will actually bring it to Distant Bells.
He will call out, Morezi, prisoners!
Okay.
Yes!
And essentially attempt to knock out Xylovor. We need to get the hell out of here now.
Okay. I would like you to make a strike to try and knock him unconscious.
Okie dokie. I will be using the pommel of my dagger. The other one, not the one at his throat. Okay. That's a 19 plus my strength, 21.
21 points of non-lethal damage?
Yes, to just donk him on the head.
Okay. You do knock him senseless, but he is not unconscious.
Senses enough to drag him out the door, at least.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Raythiel is very dead. Morezi, the range... she's a ranger. She's actually a something different. But she kind of, like, tips her fingers at you, and she bolts for the door. Are you going to try to do anything to stop her?
Nah.
Okay, yeah, she's out of there.
I don't care about this place.
No, she doesn't want anything to do with this.
Hey, so remember how it said Zettelkeep's doomed? Okay, hi,
Berezi is in a full rage. She's barely hanging on to, like, making words, like making coherent sentences, but she's looking at this terrified, probably traumatized, in shock mother and child, like,
hey, we're going, we're friends, friend of a friend, yes, now.
Just bodily picks them up and just runs.
Oh yeah, can I make, like, a strength check to see?
I can carry you.
I would like you to make a
small
strength check, but it's at advantage because you're raging.
Oh yeah.
That's how strength checks work with them.
It's not like they can do anything to stop you either. They're kind of
Also
tied
that.
up.
19.
All right, both of them just see this. There's blood trickling down your face from your rage biting of your tongue, and you're just like, oh, with go now, and they're just like, ah, then whoop, you just sack of potatoes, either one, and Aki is hanging on for dear life, and you just boop 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 boop, and the you see the behind you the demon starting to coalesce. And go like, I will, and then like electrical bolts are firing every which way. Bells, it is your turn.
All right, we're going to continue to kind of. Actually, I'm going to try and hit him again, knock him out.
Okay. That's with advantage because he's restrained.
That's much better. That's oh wow, still 19, so 21.
Okay. Is that the damage?
Oh
Or to
no, hold on.
that's to hit.
Yes. Damage is. Well, it's with a pommel, so it's blunt. So D6. Plus my strength. Oh. 8.
Okay. So you do knock him unconscious. Hummingbird is coming up behind you as y'all making your way out. The floor is opening, and you get just a quick glimpse of a pit below and some rather unpleasant liquid below. Probably didn't want to be in there. As you make your way out, as you do, in front of you, that genie-like figure appears, and he's semi-solid now, and he goes,
You fools! I am a god! You think you can stop me?
I'm just going to keep going. Ignore him.
Yeah,
We're out of here. Yeah, bye! We're going to do the MMO run with the trash mobs. Just keep running. Just keep going.
Oh yeah.
Hummingbird does strike him. because she doesn't realize you're doing the run.
Yeah.
Rezi, do you want to do anything?
Bye, we don't care!
She's got 2 bodies too. It's not like she can do much unless she wants to hit him with the
she's
bodies.
trying
That's true. That's true.
maintain, get these 2 and Aki all out of here without touching any nasty sewer acid.
Okay. So she does hit him once, and he recoils. She actually takes a minor amount of lightning damage, lightning damage from him, but he's not able to stop her. Y'all are making your way down the sewers, and the Duzron is kind of fluttering around you, and he goes, "I should probably get out of here."
What do you think we're doing, Duzron? Let's go!
Well, he doesn't actually know the way out where y'all originally came from.
Well,
Assume that's what you mean.
yeah, Bell's just going to retrace his steps. He's not dumb. He made a note. He's made notes about it. He lived in this place for a while. He may not have made the trek to this particular zone, but it wasn't exactly long ago that we made it here. So he's pretty confident he can make his way back to somewhere where he can get back to the house.
I want to be very clear. Are you trying to get back to the house?
Yes.
Or are you trying to get out of the city?
Actually, no. Let's get out of the city.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Berezi is definitely going to try. She wants to get out of the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like you, Distant Bells, to make a quick knowledge check for me of that city.
Okie dokie.
And I would again like you to make it an advantage because you lived here and you lived in the sewers.
First roll is 21. Second roll is also 21. I rolled 2 18s.
Okay, so you are able to make your way out. Everything is splashing, everything is shaking. There are weird flashes of baleful blue that are happening, and you just pop that lid open, and you actually see like the trap like spring, but like uselessly because nobody's there. And you all just pour out of the hole. And if you recall, like this was a distance away. You look at the city, and those stones that you saw as defense, each one of them begins to run through with magic sigils. Each one is got gold running through them. You couldn't really see the gold before, but now you can. It's glowing. And just puffs and steam puffs of this weird green smoke is coming off them. And then you begin to see that blue glow. Just it runs from one stone to the other, one stone to the other, one stone to the other, faster, 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 until it's suddenly a complete circle. If you could see this right now, you would, but you can't from the angle you're at. There are 2 guards at the entrance, and they are in the middle of this growing circle, and they just collapse to the ground, the top half of their bodies entirely skeletalized. And then, as y'all gaze, this circle suddenly boom, disc. All of Zental Keep becomes one blue disc. And Merezi, you have seen this once before. You saw in the mouth of the Zorn that was being fed children. You saw a blue disc like this, but now on an infinitely larger scale. And skatoom, the shoots straight up into the sky. And then it comes back in, and you are all immediately knocked to the ground by the energy that flows over you. It is cold, and it is sick, and it is necromantic. It is the energy of death. And for a moment, you all see a plane of existence filled with the undead. Bones, dying, sitting on a throne is a laughing creature that sometimes beautiful and sometimes skeletal. And it comes back in, and then there is just nothing. And all that you see are the remnants of those stones. And Zental Keep is no more. And that's where we'll end Chafing Armor, episode 129. Thank you both for playing.
Thank you. Wow, that was intense. That was really intense.
Did. Loved summoning them demons.
Yeah. There's a whole lot to parse out from the end of that, but don't let me forget, you do have that guy.
Yeah, my first thing is like, wait, did we do that?
Well, I mean, you could say that you triggered that, or you could say that that was going to happen anyway from something that was happening down there, and the only difference is that you saved those two people.
Yeah. Technically 3, but we'll see how much the third one
That's true.
deserves to live.
Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts. But you did save those two. There is the one matter that you will need to address is that you are now a very long distance away from Zalamvor. But we can discuss options of that as well too. But thank you both for playing.
Thank you very much. Have a wonderful time listening, guys. This is. Hope it was as intense for you as it was for us. 'Cause, wow,
we're getting into the thing, and if y'all would like to read more about these different characters, if you'd like to read about Zalamvor or Duzron, or if you'd like to know the actual name of the ranger lady who was trying to kill Merezi, you can go to our wiki. It's very easy to get to. It's chafingarmor.fandom.com. And you can find all kinds of cool stuff there. And I appreciate everyone who's been working so hard to update it.
And if there's information on there that, we haven't gotten to yet, feel free to put it in. We'll
Please do.
have to have a look for it and make sure that it's all up to code. But yeah, we'll definitely, if it's not something we've put in and it's part of the campaign so far, then yeah, feel free to contribute.
Yep, we've already had several people updating it, and we appreciate
because
that.
You guys, we make this, we record this, but you guys have better memories than we do. So
yeah, we have no clue nearly as much as our fans do, because you're listening it to sequential order, and we're listening to it out of order, and after my editing, my brain doesn't work right. So I appreciate that. But yeah, go to chafingarmor.fandom.com, and there'll be a link in the show notes if you want to see that. So you both have a wonderful evening.
And to you as well.
And until we come back to the everybody getting back together, we will roll with you soon.